Right, well, welcome back. We've managed to procure some gold dust, more gold dust, water in other words, but we'll take that out of the way. Right now we are going to head back to another game that's going on right now. Cloud9 versus Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro 2 up so far, and this is the first half as well. Just a reminder for you at home, Cloud9 won the first match 16-11, so they have 3 points on the scoreboard right now. Cloud9 win this map, they are through, but they only have to win it. I say only. They only have to win it by 16. If they win, obviously they're through. But if they get 12 rounds, they're through anyway, even if they lose.
So 12 rounds for Cloud9.
Yeah, 12 is what they.
12 is the magic number.
Oh
dear, we just did that.
Oh.
We just did that.
Jinx. Isn't that what you're supposed to say? Jinx. I don't know. We did just do that. Wow. We're sick. We're so in tune.
You jinxed me. I can't talk.
Oh, no!
I took that too far.
Jinxed.
But we do have Cloud9 on the eco, and only 2 players here for the defense.
Yeah, Virtus.pro making their way in towards the site right now. And Gares in the corner. Well, might have done a little bit better. Had perfect vision and perfect sight, but got picked off by Neo and Snax, and they've now made their way into that bomb site nice and easily for Virtus.pro, and this should be a conversion for 3-0 right now. Shroud and nothing remaining for Cloud9.
And damage would be wonderful here.
Yeah, well, they're not actually going to get anything done right now.
They're going to try to get some exits.
Appropriate name.
I see what you did there. But, I mean, they really need to get at least a kill or 2 on the board right now. We see Shroud being chased around there, trying to actually find himself some damage in a frag, but they can't quite close, and that's going to be really unfortunate. Unable to keep Virtus' economy down. And in the previous round that we didn't see, we can extrapolate that they didn't do really any damage there either. So this is a really nice start here for Virtus.pro with a lot of bank and still holding the Galils for maximum cost efficiency. Only going to rebuy when they have to, or maybe pick up some M4s. And Cloud9 really need to look at a defensive round, but they don't have really the grenades to do it super effectively, I think.
It's not an entirely full buy either for Cloud9. There's a couple of helmets missing. As you said, not a full suite of grenades, but there is some fire burning the trouser leg of Neo, and it does pick him off. So they've got themselves a one-man advantage here in round 4 of Cloud9. Their compatriots, iBUYPOWER, already through to the semi-final after picking up the 4 rounds they needed in the second game against Dignitas. As Byali now trying to make his way in towards the site. This time, Gares much better in that site. Hiko's picked up the second one. TaZ, the only man to reply back. And they're down to 2. It's just Pasha and Snax here. Nothing through the smoke, has done damage as well. And then Hiko dispatched to the grave by Pasha. And semphis then stopped down by a single bullet to the head from Pasha. Nothing with a double. And he'll finish things off. And Cloud9 get their first round on the board. Remember, they need 12, regardless of whether Virtus.pro win the match.
So a really good result for them. I mean, even though they did lose 3 players, which is going to hurt a lot, they can still afford to get the rebuy in there. They can keep working on the economy. Virtus getting the bomb down, though, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Cloud9. We'll have to see if they're able to hold on here. Obviously, it's going to be a bit like the last round, making do with not necessarily ideally with what they want, but Virtus.pro, they have a lot of set plays, that they can go to. They can play it slow. Virtus.pro are very, very strong on this map, and a big bag of tactics to reach from. Cloud9 going for the aggressive play on Banana there, and Virtus will be feeling that pressure. It's a lot of control there for Cloud9 early on.
Gares going to get picked off by Pasha because of it. Saw a lot of pushing down Banana yesterday. It didn't work out for the American team of iBUYPOWER. Hopefully Cloud9 have learned something from it. Not in that case.
They've re-established Banana control as well. This gives them so many options and really puts them in the driving seat right now. And Cloud9 cannot know what's happening. There's no way for them to really understand what's going on just yet.
Had to pull back. They've got 2 on A, 2 on B, and all of them have pulled back into the sites. They have no idea of mid, no idea of Banana. And Virtus.pro literally can choose whichever way they want to go. It looks like the covered site's going to be the option for them, although they could still change, and they've got one up banana right now. In fact, bomb is on banana with 25 seconds to go, so B is going to be the target right now, as 3 men rotate back through mid. And here we go, in towards the site. semphis waiting on cables, picks up the first one. Can he get the second? No. Byali coming back in on that frag for a 1v1, and then Hiko in the corner gets nailed by TaZ. And what looked like a decent setup for Cloud9 has fallen apart right now. Nothing now coming back on the rotation, has got himself one. Snax though in a good position here, should be able to pick up the frag and gets a double on nothing and Shroud. And Virtus.pro add a 4th to the board, and well, business as usual for the Poles. Virtus.pro need all 16 rounds, otherwise they are out of the FACEIT LAN Finals. There is no way back for them unless they win this particular match, and even then they've got to restrict Cloud9 to 10 or less rounds to guarantee their passage into the semis.
I think it was really smart for Cloud9 to go for the aggressive banana plays against Virtus.pro, because you don't really want to let Virtus.pro set up and play with too many options. I think it's a good approach to playing them. Playing hyper defensively, I mean, Virtus are so good on the entries, they're so good with flashing each other and playing the team play off one another to find those frags, that it can be really scary to just sit back and let them go at you. So really liked what Cloud9 did, but Virtus.pro, after getting the entry, or rather the pick at the beginning of the round, played it by the book. That was so default, nothing complicated.
Yeah, a little bit of noise top mid made them think they might go for the A bomb site, and then a quick rotation back onto banana. Perfectly executed as Snax comes face to face with nothing, who didn't realise he was there. And we're now down to a 2v2. Snax and Byali, semphis and Hiko. And now the retake from the captain here, and he does go big this time, picking up the frag on Byali. 2v1 now. Hiko and semphis surely have got this. Snax trying to defend from the outer part of the bomb site right now. He's got one. Can he get a second here? No, not quite. And he will go down. Actually didn't pick up the frag on Hiko either. I thought he did, but actually Hiko ending on just 3 health in the end. And semphis can clutch the round with a very long diffuse. No kit on him, but it doesn't matter. Cloud9 move towards their target of 12 rounds. They need 10 more.
Well, colour me impressed, although perhaps it shouldn't be so surprising that every round with a CZ in it is possible. And once again we see just them throwing everything just all tipsy-turvy, and Virtus.pro now, they have a lot of money to pull from, but finally Cloud9 going to be in a much better position on their setups, and a different approach from them. They're going to be playing it a bit more passively, and to see how that works. They're going to try to feel it out right now. They have a good defensive game as well as an offensive game, so it's worth testing.
Testing Shroud right now as well. Smoke's deployed, covering his position in pit. Although that doesn't seem to matter because he's got the frag onto TaZ. Byali and Neo though getting them some entry kills here into A. Again, Shroud replying. Lovely little section of passage of play by Gares though. He got a double in there and tried to defuse a bomb that hadn't been planted, I think.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean,
it looked like it was planted, but it wasn't planted, and then he kind of looked down as if he was going to try and like defuse it. I don't know.
Looking for some practice on
maybe, I don't know.
On a dud
diffuse practice.
Dud bomb. Yeah, got to keep those skills sharp. But generally speaking, we just saw a very passive, very defensive, almost nip-like kind of setups from Cloud9, just relying on just really good team play right at the back of the sites instead of trying to actively find out what's happening. They let Virtus.pro actually push up mid and come in with a set play and reacted. They had a great success. This is something that they might try to pull more from, but as I say that, banana push once again from Cloud9, they are playing very aggressively here to try to limit the options of Virtus.pro and control the flow of Virtus.pro's movement and force them to be a bit more reactive.
So it seems like a very American kind of thing to keep pushing that banana so aggressively, because we saw it from iBUYPOWER yesterday on Inferno. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and when it failed spectacularly. For Skadoodle yesterday, of course.
Yeah, there are ways to make it a little bit more safe, and that's what Cloud9 are kind of focusing on. It's all about the positioning, and they have a decent position for that right now to make it safe. And have plenty of time. If they do spot someone, then they can fall all the way back and not lose their life, hold down the bomb site, get the reinforcements in, and then have a nice retake situation.
We've had exactly a minute of play. Not a single point of health from any team so far has fallen, but it's about to get feisty. Top of banana, Virtus.pro trying to get into this bomb site right now. The move is made. Hiko trying to defend from behind the plant pot inside the middle of that pond. It does get one. Struck back immediately by byali. Nothing's going to rotate back into the bomb site. Gares picks up one. Neo replying back. In fact, Gares didn't get anything in out of that. That was completely wrong by me. And now it's a 2v3. Snax and Neo got to defend from behind, and they've done a brilliant job so far now. Downing the deficit to just Shroud. It's now a 1v1. Snax versus Shroud for the round. Diffuse coming in. No! It was the fake diffuse. Snax was ready for it. And Virtus.pro returned to the scoreboard for the first time in 4 rounds. It's 5-3.
So that was one of those situations where either team could win it, but Hiko's position, he had to make, that's the kind of position when you're committed to frag. You have to absolutely get frags to make the retake easier. The rest of the players, they're going to play together, but Hiko's there. That's why they put him there, because that's what Hiko does best. You sit him in a position where he's 1 versus 2, 3, 4 players. He has to really pick up 2 to make that possible against the defensive advantage of Virtus. But so they're going to try to run a B play again, or at least a...
Oh, this looks like a lot faster, actually. We've got 4 men already pushing in towards the bomb site right now. TaZ, the strike man, has gone inside the bomb site, picked up the kill on Hiko as well. They've got another one through Pasha. Bomb will get planted here in a 4v3. Advantage Virtus.pro. Through the smoke again. semphis doing a lot of damage once more, but not getting the frag. And they might just bail on this one. Yep, indeed. All of them are backing away from the bomb site. They're going to give Virtus.pro this one. They got caught a little bit out of sorts there. It was a nice quick rush this time round. First time we've seen that so far from Virtus.pro. They've played very passive so far, waited for their picks. But that time round, no nonsense rush.
Yeah, speeding up the pace and really effective entries coming in from Virtus. Just good overall play. I mean, they have such great potential in every single scenario. And this really brings me back to that round we saw Hiko only getting the 1 frag when it was a very close round. I think both teams played that kind of by the book. It came down to execution, but it was also one of those key moments where some rounds more important than others, and that was a situation where now Virtus.pro is starting to just jump ahead in money and options, as the opposite can be said for Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this broadly right now, the game is 6-3, but actually it's 10-9.
Oh, right, yeah.
10 rounds more for Virtus.pro to win, to go through. 9 more rounds for Cloud9 to go through. That's the difference right now. So the 3-round advantage for Virtus really has reduced the advantage, if you like, that Cloud9 superficially have in the match overall. 3v3 right now. Hasn't gone particularly well. Bomb gets planted, and it's another good eco from Cloud9. Gares picking up another one at short range. Pasha and TaZ now the last 2. Don't have a great deal of health between them, but they've got a couple of weapons now. Shroud in towards the site. Gares alongside him, hasn't got a huge amount of health. He's going to be the bait here at the end of the fishing line, and does bait out one. semphis picks up one, Shroud gets the second, and the defuse is going to come in time, I would believe. Indeed it is, and Cloud9 pick up round 10. That's a massive round for them in more ways than one. Not only is it a reduction in the actual round score in the game, but it also means they need just 8 more rounds to go through to the semi-finals now.
I'll let you keep hold of the math there, because it's too early for me numbers.
The mathematics.
The mathematics. But the biggest thing in there for Cloud9 as well is that was a massive boost for economy, because not only did they win the round, they had 3 players left alive, picking up 3 AKs. That's not, they have to rebuy weapons for most of the players. So that completely turned the match around.
Yeah, it absolutely did.
And Virtus might just be looking to try to push them really far back on A, but they don't have to commit there. And they need to really win back Banana right now. That's probably going to be a priority for them if they really want to secure a level of obscurity that's going to hurt Cloud9. But the problem is that Cloud9 keep re-smoking it.
Again.
Smokes for days. Smoke mid every day.
Smoke at CT spawn now as well. Pasha at the bottom of the banana. Little bit tentative, doesn't want to push too hard too soon.
Time is running out though.
Yeah, feels like there might be some pressure there on banana. He was right for a while. They have had to pull back. And right now sgares is kind of split. He's holding CT Arch from a long way back, but he might need to push forward here. Here we go then. Virtus.pro trying to make their way towards this CT Arch side, and sgares will get the first. TaZ replying back though for the revenge kill. And they now have an entry into the covered side. Shroud in pick, going to pick up one. Neo again replying back. Shroud gets a second though, and he's a very dangerous player in that pit. And he's already proved it with 2 big frags. Can he get a few more here? Neo's dropped to Shroud as well. It's a triple from Shroud. Nothing will finish off Pasha. And Cloud9 pick up another round with another defuse. It's 5 on the board, but more importantly, they need just 7 more to make the semi-finals. Are we about to see 2 North American teams in the semi-finals for the first time in an international LAN in many years in Counter-Strike? Many years.
It's a really big swing in the money as well. I mean, they were basically completely broke with nothing 2 rounds ago, and then they picked up 3 AKs and won 2 rounds in a row, and now Virtus.pro, who had a big bang, they're completely broke now. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you're right. They had a great bank. They were very good terrorists. They've been doing it perfectly, and collecting cash on a regular basis, but not for a while now. 3 rounds in a row from the North Americans. Oh, that's a beautiful headshot from Shroud. It was a peek and a spray at the head, and it lopped it off. Likewise, though, TaZ replying back. It's 1 for 1. Shroud having a big game here for his team. Now look at this patient play from Shroud. He waited for all 3 of them to go in, but then didn't make the best of the shots, I have to say. But beautifully patient from him, and it's going to win them another round. Cloud9 are absolutely on point in this game. It's now going to be 6-6.
Yeah.
They need just 6 more rounds. 6 away. So close.
They're not quite having the game with iBUYPOWER, where iBUYPOWER kind of is such a walk in the park. It was almost like, they're on the stair lift going, at a ski resort up the mountain, just the legs dangling over the sides, sipping a cocktail or something. That's how iBUYPOWER felt.
Not quite that relaxed. No, you're right.
But it does look a lot very, very good for them. But Virtus snuck in the bomb plant. That was the job done for them in that round.
6-all.
Wow, aggressive down middle.
A definite massive aggressive push here as Gares picks up the frag onto Snax as well. We didn't get the sound from it, but we didn't need it. We saw everything we needed to see. TaZ now replying back. Byali coming in himself. It was a 2v4. Virtus.pro now trying to come back into this game after losing 4 straight rounds without reply. Shroud and Gares going to have to rotate back over towards this B bomb site. Byali and TaZ now inside the site. TaZ plants it great quickly. The CTs are already over there with fire dispersed inside the site. They weren't actually in that corner. Usually they would have one there. But now, pace slowing down a little bit as Gares makes a brilliant play onto TaZ with the AWP. Now a 2v1. They know that he's probably in the corner, and indeed he is! Oh, Byali! The clutch master comes out, and Virtus.pro retake the lead at 7-6.
What a beautiful spray control from him. He had 8 health left. He had to keep spraying. He had to control it, and it was perfect. That was beautiful, beautiful execution there from Byali. And this is starting to get really intense right now between these 2 teams. Cloud9 have found some stuff that works. So have Virtus.pro. Paul, I don't know what to say.
It's close right now, very close indeed in terms of the scoreboard, but not quite as close as you might think at home. Virtus.pro need 9 rounds finals, Cloud9 need just 6. So although it's 7-6 to Virtus.pro, Cloud9 actually have the numerical advantage right now. Through the smoke, nothing, blasts out, gets a double for his pain through there, and then TaZ replies back with his own double. Anything you can do, we can do just as well. There is a man advantage here for the Poles as well. Hiko and Gares, are they going to make a play for this? Gares definitely is. He's picked up 1 at the cost of a lot of health, though. He's down to 12. Snax and TaZ now are also heavily wounded. They are going to go for it. Hiko comes under fire from Snax, who can't win the battle. It's now a 1v1. TaZ inside the bomb site right now and clutches around himself. Byali in the last round, TaZ this round. Virtus.pro have the clutch. It's 8-6.
It's really cool as well because when I was watching Cloud9 yesterday, they were taking all these challenges on Inferno, and they was completely falling short against LDLC. They're getting entry fragged. It almost seemed like they were out of position in a lot of spots and not synchronizing well on the crossfires. But right now they're actually giving up position very well, and they're going to go in a defense here on Banana.
Oh dear. Oh wow! I thought
not a good start.
I thought that might have been a bad move. Cloud9. Well, they've got a terrible set of weapons right now. They might as well have breadsticks for weapons because they're not doing much with them. Although they've gotten rid of 3 players. There's only 2 left. Semphis and Nothing Now can actually pull this one off, and they've got another one on Neo. Well, forget the breadsticks. Actually, the CZ75 and the M4s work perfectly fine. And Cloud9 now have a chance to reduce the deficit to 7-8 at the half and move to within 5 of the semi-finals. 1v2. Snax now has got a clutch for the 3rd round in a row. One player has to win a 1v2. It's the only reason Virtus.pro are ahead right now. Thanks to Byali and TaZ. Can Snax add his name to the lists of opposite clutches? Into the bomb site. Picks up. Whoa, my goodness! He can! Snax, you beauty. 1v2 into the bomb site, and Virtus.pro in the first half 9-6 up, and they don't deserve to based on their team play. It's 3 pieces of individual play that has won them 3 consecutive rounds.
Honestly, if I ever see Snax 1 or 2, I always bet I all in Snax.
Really?
All the
That's
time.
your Asimovs going in on that one?
Snax is amazing at playing these 1 versus 2s, especially like at late round. He's absolutely incredible at it, and you can see why. He's obviously so good at decision making, but not just that and positioning. He's able to very effectively hit the shots in those pressure situations where some players might frantically falter. Not Snax.
Snax fanboy confirmed.
Totally, man. Proud Snax fanboy.
Second half underway with Pasha starting things off nicely. Reply from semphis. Pasha back again for a second in the round. And they've got a nice advantage. Whoa, that got Pasha a little bit worried. He's run away from that one. And they've made quite an aggressive play on that CT sign actually at the top of mid. And then had to back out of it a little bit and just calm things down. They've got a man advantage, 4-3 in terms of personnel. And Virtus.pro now needing 7 rounds. Cloud9 still needing 6 for a semi-final spot. If you're wondering why, you should have been here earlier on. Cloud9 winning the opening match against Virtus.pro 16-11 on cash. But as the guys at the analysis desk said earlier on, they really should have won by more. They were 12-3 up on the half on T-side cash. Ludicrous. No one wins 12-3 on cash.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of top-level Counter-Strike in the last couple of months, and I don't think I've seen that once happen. I really don't. Not between teams of this level.
Not of this caliber. And it means that Cloud9 need 12 rounds, even if they lose this map. Whoa, one shot from Shroud into Byali. Pasha now replying back. Neo has got another one. Oh, lovely from Neo. That's Neo of old. Lovely little one shot to finish off the round. And Virtus.pro take a very important pistol round for a 10-6 lead. And they are now just 6 rounds away from the semi-finals. And so are Cloud9. This is so close.
All right, well, the CZ's coming out. The CZ armor from Cloud9. They're looking to do some crazy damage right now at a fast pace, and they need to get down like a few weapons with this investment to keep Virtus.pro pressured on the economy, to keep their grenade counts low and so on. That's really important for Cloud9 right now. Look how slow and tentative Virtus.pro are though. The team play setups are ready.
Yeah, they know how important these rounds are. Every round counting.
Snax out in the cold.
Oof. Does have mag 7 at short range. This could be deadly right now. Gets the first one. They'll know he's there as well. The flash off the back of the fence. He gets a second one. Snax is Absolutely brilliant with that Mag 7 at short range. Deadly weapon. Not used to anywhere near enough either. 2 down, 3 to find. Is Snax going to have a birthday present here as he walks round? Actually, he's going to get a third, and Neo with the fourth. The last one is Shroud. But it's 3. Fantastic Mag 7 kills that have done the damage. Shroud now doing damage on his own here with the Deagle in hand. He's got himself to, whoa, that was almost another one dig. Not going to happen though. Byali from the rotation back wins the round. Virtus.pro 11, Cloud9 6, and Virtus.pro now move to win in 5 of victory and a place in the semi-final. Got to find some momentum, I think, here, Cloud9.
It's still just really up in the air right now, despite Virtus.pro looking quite good. Cloud9, I guess, also have some opportunities here to bring things back. Virtus.pro, though, are likely to just keep this passive. They believe in their slow play, their good passive team play setups, and they don't need to resort to anything aggressive just yet, especially considering, obviously, now they're playing anti-Hiko. So they want to maximize the ranges to abuse the fact that their rifles perform much better in those situations compared to the pistols. And that's exactly what's going on at the moment.
A couple of shots from Pasha to start things off. He got 2 from that push. And might get another one here. Beautiful flash. 3 from Pasha. Make that 4. The ace is on. And he's going to be stolen away by Byali. But a fabulous 4-man from Pasha at the top. Perfect positioning. And sweeped up the kills he needed. So Cloud9 now reset in terms of money, of course, now can buy.
So unless there's huge damage here from Cloud9 onto Virtus.pro and end the round win, this might be one of potentially 2 opportunities that they get, give or take some bomb plants, to come to win this match now.
Yeah, got to do it now. Really got to go huge. Byali opening things up for the Poles. They start with a man advantage. Not a good start for Cloud9. Things falling away for the North Americans right now. They were looking good for a while.
That's actually a second smoke there, and Neo has another smoke to place deep on Banana, so they can rotate that player all the way back to A for 4-man A defense, as Neo is left in charge of Banana and B, and he does that very, very well. He's right up there. You know, he's like Virtus.pro's version of Freiburg, essentially, on Inferno here.
Just a reminder for you, Virtus.pro needing 4 rounds now. Cloud9 still only needs 6, even though they've only got 6 on the board. They still only need 6 rounds to make it through to the semi-finals, so it's still close, but this is a massive round. Cloud9 lose this one, they're almost certainly then going to be on an eco of some kind, probably a CZ eco.
So much tension, 30 seconds left now.
Got to make a move. Cloud9 running out of time. Neo still defending, and that's nice play. Slows them up even more with a flashback into Banana. Got a rotation from a teammate. Pasha's going to come and join him here as well as they try to go towards the site. I think there's too little time left right now. 12 seconds remaining. They've got to do massive work inside this bomb site and get the bomb planted. I don't see how they can possibly get this done. They can get the bomb planted with 3 seconds remaining. Finally getting it down very late indeed. That they are going to fall at the hands of TaZ and Byali, who are making their way in towards the bomb site right now. Byali nailing the headshot onto Shroud, onto Gares at the end of the round, and Virtus.pro move to within 3 of the semi-finals, and Cloud9 will almost assuredly be on a partial or an eco in the next round.
Yeah, the money's running away completely for them now. I mean, Virtus.pro, I mean, they're not going to have to put many rebuys in. Look at this, it's very healthy for Virtus.pro, and Cloud9 forced. This is basically it right now. And this is basically it. All the money is in this round. All the hopes, all the chances of Cloud9 have to come out here. And last time, a slow round, they've got 3 grenades between them. This is not good news for Cloud9.
Full armor, full helmets, full buy. But as you said, lack of options right now. How is this going to work? Could be seeing the start of the end of Cloud9's assault on Europe here at the FACEIT Season 2 Finals. Virtus.pro just 3 away now, playing patiently. Byali at quad. Teammate Pasha making a little bit of an advance from CT Arch. And TaZ defending back on the great and covered site. And again, another slow round from the North Americans. Very hesitant. Oh, that incendiary grenade's going to work nicely. They're going to do the same thing at CT Arch. I am not quite sure why they would do that, though, bearing in mind they can't move from there as Neo picks up the kill onto nothing, and now they've got to move now. They've got to move very quickly indeed. Again, another slow round play. It's not worked out for the North Americans. Pasha's going to get a double, Snax in with another one, and Hiko now will be the last man alive. He's got to do massive work, but does get 2. Can't get any more. And Virtus.pro move to within 2 of the semis.
We can see the plan there from Cloud9, the 2 Molotovs. One was for the kind of corner where you can kind of stack a guy and just hide in them and play 2 from that angle to just make sure that it was clear so they could actually get up towards CTR onto the kind of long area.
But they had the molly on the top mid, which they couldn't move through, and yet they still used it. It was a bit weird to do it that way.
The counter grenades from Virtus were just too spot on, and Cloud9 felt like they didn't have any other options.
Well, they didn't have any other grenades, did they? So I guess that's probably why they did what they did, but still.
Good trade though for Cloud9. That's early in the round as well, so that's going to give them a lot of time to play with. Although they are man down, it's certainly not over for them. But somebody has to come out with an entry or an opportunity for Cloud9. That's just how this works.
They're looking for a big round, and so far the big rounds have come from Shroud. Ooh, Snax at point blank range, 2 in a row, 3 assuredly. It absolutely is. And Virtus.pro move to match point, and Cloud9 now need to win 6 rounds in a row to make the semi-finals. Virtus.pro need 1.
Very interesting, you know, because that Siva result, a lot of people don't give a lot of weight to the domestic matches in America, the kind of Cloud9 versus iBUYPOWER thing, but right now, iBUYPOWER through to play LDLC, but Cloud9 are on the brink of elimination.
Yep. And it was, of course, Cloud9 who came through the North American FACEIT qualifiers with an unblemished record. They won all of their matches in the qualification into this finals. iBUYPOWER losing just 1, and that was to Cloud9, which has made them split the groups in the way that they have. Could have been on the opposite sides, of course.
It's not easy to tame the beast that is Virtus.pro, however.
No, and I have to give credit to Steele. He said iBUYPOWER would come here as the better of the 2 teams from North America, and Cloud9 would probably play worse than they did at ESL 1, and iBUYPOWER would play better, and he's been proved absolutely right. And here we are, Cloud9 on the verge of elimination. Captain Hiko has a 1v5 to save his team's participation in FACEIT League Season 2. Otherwise, it's GG, and the Poles advance to the semi-final.
Some really key rounds there from Snax. Some really key rounds from all of the players from Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
Doing what they had to do, stepping up in their roles.
It looked a bit dodgy though in the first half, I thought, because we had that period where Virtus.pro were nicely comfortably in the lead, 6-2. It looked okay, nothing untoward, and then suddenly, boom, Cloud9 just, they just come straight back into it, firing on all cylinders. It's 6-6, and then you're thinking, now it looks a bit risky because Cloud9 only needs 6 more rounds, and actually Virtus.pro need 10 in a row, and well, they won 10 in a row. Yeah,
they had this situation which is actually doesn't happen so often, where you have that anti-eco and you keep 3 players alive that pick up AKs. That changes. The amount of value that they picked up from that and the amount of value that they killed was incredible. But we have analysts to do this work for us.
We do.
Let's check them out.
That's interesting.
Hey, there we are. Well, you kind of ribbed me a little bit when we came back. I get 1, but I don't get 2, both of them in. And we kind of got the one that we maybe didn't think was going to do it. iBUYPOWER has gotten over their hump, if you will. They've made it through the first semifinals.
I'm sorry, Scoots. I know you thought you were going to get 2, but you only get to have 1. There's the rule. It's like there's a law in the universe, Scott, that if one American team is doing well, then the other one can't. Like the jinx has passed to the other ones now, and now Cloud9 will fail in Europe forever.
Oh, no.
It's like the rule of the Sith. There has to be 1 to have power and 1 to desire it.
Well, and again, it was in Cloud9's hands, and they couldn't pull it off. It was great that we were able to jump into that after iBUYPOWER very quickly won that second map, or at least got enough rounds to win it. I think it's actually still going on in the sense of being played out.
Okay.
For betting or all those reasons, So again, that sets up our semifinals. But before we get to that, you watch that match. Your thoughts?
From the first half, I thought for sure Cloud9's going to do it, actually. Like, initially, they were getting a few rounds. It was like, okay, this isn't going so bad. But then the problem was, as the first half drew on towards the halfway point of the game, you started to realize, like, they've given up too many rounds here, actually. Like, Virtus.pro is really good on CT side of Inferno, and so if they turn up in any sort of, like, heavy form, it's not going to be enough rounds here. Like, it's going to be hard to get this many. So, actually, I knew at the half, like, they probably haven't done it here. Like, I think they've just sold themselves a bit short. And what's funny is, I was talking to one of the iBUYPOWER guys afterwards, and they made this point that's really valid, actually, which is, really, if you want to point out where was the breakdown for Cloud9 in not getting out of the group, the choke wasn't on Inferno. It wasn't that they did badly in the first half. Really, the choke was to be up 12-3 in the first half of cash, and then to win the map, but then to give up too many rounds. Like, you gave up too many on that second half. That's where you'll look back and go, that's where we should have won now. Inferno, it was going okay. You weren't going to win, but you could have got your rounds. But yeah, that was what really cost you, was the cash game.
I agree it was the cash game that cost them, but at the same time, they lost 3 2v2s to end the first half. Say they get 2 of those, they'd have a couple more rounds to play with. But I just don't like picking Inferno to begin with against Virtus.pro. I mean, we saw their CT side against LDLC last night. That was just brutal. So, I mean, Cloud9 must have been super confident on their CT side of Inferno, which obviously turned out to be fairly average, I would say, just to play that map. I feel like there would have been a couple better choices there. I'm not sure what maps were actually vetoed in that match, but I just feel like that was a bad choice by them. Gotcha.
And on the other one, the first match of this set, iBUYPOWER Dignitas, just got in my ear, 16-13. Dignitas did end up winning it, of course, for not. Maybe some skin winners and losers out there, but obviously Dignitas has been eliminated. Thoughts on, obviously that match didn't go very long, not too much to break down, but.
Well, I mean, that match was over at 4-1. 4-1, it was donezo. That's all that needs to be said.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the weird thing about that map, actually, is that I still think it was a really bad choice to leave Nuke up. Like, I mean, I don't think iBUYPOWER necessarily wanted to play some of the other maps, so maybe that's what their reasoning was. But the danger there, if they'd have gotten onto T side first, and they'd have had to play against Dignitas' CT side, then they would have been in real trouble of potentially losing what looked like an unlosable situation where you were up 16-3 from the first map. There's no way they're going to do that to you. But on a nuke, a team like Dignitas really can tear off 13, 14 rounds. So they got away with it. They got on the T side, their CT side first rather, and at that point, yeah, it was very unlikely they'd be able to win like 15-0 T side. That's not really going to happen. So yeah, I think they survived a potentially scary one there, and in the end, strangely, that turned out being the least competitive one, whereas the Cloud9 one, they should have had a real chance to make it out, I thought.
Yeah, and again, like, one stays, one goes home. So semifinal, and before I do that, kind of a bummer. Jordan's birthday, right? So it would have been nice if nothing got a nice birthday present. Also, shout out to Hiko's mom. Very, very supportive of Hiko. You know, a lot of parents like try to talk their kids out of doing this stuff, and she's very supportive of him.
Shout out to all the moms, Scott. Yeah, shout out to all the moms.
Laura, give me a call.
Shout out to Cindy and Jimbo.
Cindy and Jimbo. Yeah, also very supportive parents. Nothing's parents. But anyway, happy birthday, Jordan. Unfortunately, they now moved to France. Esports World Cup boot camp.
That was an interesting sentence right there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you ended it
properly. But yeah, I mean, that's where they go next. Both these teams stay over here for a while, so it's kind of nice.
Did you start that with unfortunately they now go to France? Or did I mishear that?
Hey, whoa, don't try to get me in trouble here, man. No.
He said for SWC, he ended the sentence. He saved himself.
I caught myself. Anyway, so about an hour or so, we're going to come back with the semifinals. We will start with iBUYPOWER and LDLC, and then obviously finish it with Virtus.pro and Fnatic, and then our finals are tomorrow. So thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back in a little while. Get something to eat.